What's up, family? It's your man Mark Black. So, I'm doing a video today, but not for the reasons that you guys might think. I know there's been a lot going on lately. There's been a couple of more shootings and killings of our people, and a little bit of outrage, even a little bit of uprising, and I suppose I could address that, but I'm not gonna. And I know it sounds like I'm taking the lazy or easy way out. Trust me, it's not easy for me. I normally have something to say about everything, but I'll be honest, I haven't even watched any videos or attempted to learn more than just the rudimentary details. Just that, one of our brothers or sisters was shot, and believe it or not, I'm doing that for my mental health. I'll be honest with you, it's traumatic to continue to see murder after murder after murder on national TV on an endless loop. I'm not certain how or why we keep doing it to ourselves. We know this shit happens. We don't need to continue to see it. That being said, I wanted to come on because I wanted to ask just one simple question. What you gonna do? I mean, look, better YouTubers, better speakers, better scholars than me have done documentaries and videos and debates, and everybody's picked sides and has this person that they follow and that person that they follow, and that's cool, right? But what's really interesting is that it's not that we have a problem with having leaders, right? We have leaders. It's just that the only place we follow anybody is on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's the only place black people feel comfortable saying that they follow somebody, right? I mean, you can't get more than 20 of us together in a room and actually come out of the room with a solution to something without there being fighting till the cows come home. And I don't get it. How much more do we need to see before we decide to get together and act? I'll be honest, I'm over it. I remember the reactions of many of you to the murder of Korean, and I'll be honest, I'm not certain, but I think that kind of tore something in me when it comes to how I relate with my people. Before Korean, I actually believed that we may be on the verge or on the cusp of a unity of sorts, right? Of coming together and being able to effectively, by any means, using any tool at our disposal, combat whiteism. I really believed that. But after Korean, I'll be honest, a lot of you motherfuckers tore it for me. I mean, you have people, our own people, justifying the murder of another melanated person, another black person, for massa. Now, that's not to say, of course, that I wasn't familiar with the amount of coons that are out here. Yeah, I said the C word, coons. I guess what I was not prepared for, at least psychologically or emotionally, was just how deep the sickness goes in our people, right? I wasn't prepared for just how unwilling we are to end this relationship with the pale people. I was not prepared for that. I'm a man who's moved by reason, by logic, by education. I am very emotional and deeply, I feel things deeply, right? So I'm not above being moved by these incidents that occur. I have my own reactions to when I hear about another brother shot or another sister shot. And that's neither here nor there. What I will say though is that ultimately there has to come a point at which we are done talking. We're done with protesting. We're done with asking and begging and pleading and falling to our knees and singing and shouting and hooping and hollering. There has to come a point where we actually do something, and you can't get us to organize to accomplish a goddamn thing. Not one fucking thing. Not one thing. We have not gotten together collectively, all 42 million of us in these wilds of North America and the United States. We have not gotten together for a damn thing. Nothing. Not even one small thing. I'm not talking about anything major. You haven't gotten even a good majority of us to agree on one thing. You haven't even gotten 25% of us to agree on any one thing. And we can come out here and do videos repeatedly over and over and over telling you that the key to unlock the door to our liberation is unity. Is getting together, deciding on a game plan, planning the work and working the plan, right? That's the key. That's the only thing that will get us free from these motherfuckers. That'll be able to ensure the safety and the sanctity of our black lives. And what do? We do everything but. And then we wonder why this stuff still continues to occur. Well, you already know what I think. I mean, per my last video, I personally, at this point, believe the vast majority of black people do not want to be free of white people. Not at all. You don't want to be free of the pale people. Not at all. Not at all. You may want to switch it up a little bit where maybe now y'all in charge for a while and get a little extra goodies like the pale people got. Or if the pale people just wasn't so hard on you, right? If they stop killing you, but they still kind of discriminate against you on where you live or what kind of jobs you get, you're okay with that, right? You're not outraged at the loss of life, at the literal murder of our people under the hands of race soldiers disguised as law enforcement officers. No. That doesn't really outrage you at all. What outrages you is the sense of helplessness that you feel and the idea that if only you were in charge, if only you were the boss, whiteism would work out better. Because this whole system is whiteism. Everything about this system is designed to take everything that is you, your labor, your resources, your mentality, your efforts, everything that is you, and put it in service to and to the benefit of the pale people. This whole system, there is no part of it that is not in place to do that, right? And you don't want to tear this down. You don't want to end this. And because you don't want to end this, they already know what they have to do to stop you. Sure, there might be an uprising, and I encourage them. Anybody, any black person anywhere who wants to rise up, you're entitled. Do it. Fucking do it. Alright? Do it all out, balls to the wall, all go and no quit. Because I'm telling you, if every police interaction between us and them is a crapshoot, whether or not we live or die. I'm of the mind at this point that it's probably better to just tool up and shoot first. They just like they fear for their lives, I fear for mine. If I see a motherfucking cop, I should just be able to shoot his ass. Nah, I take that back. They ain't gonna never say I should be able to shoot his ass. I say I should be able to shoot his ass or her ass. Because in the case of this bitch in Tulsa, it was a female cop that killed this dude. Do it. Do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. At least you're doing something. But damn it, we have to start organizing. And it's as simple as that. I'm not gonna be crying anymore. I'm not gonna mourn anymore for another body dropping. Especially when right out of the gate you have the family of the individual that was killed calling for peace rather than justice, calling for calm rather than outrage and action, direct action against the system that just stole the life of their family member. If the family of these people, the individual's family, won't even stand up and speak and say the words, I want you to get organized, get together, get lit, and turn up. You know what I'm saying? If they can't say that, what the fuck I look like sitting here all butt hurt and outraged and crying and complaining on their behalf? I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it, and I won't do it. So, you know, cost of doing business with whiteism is more black bodies dropping. And I guess y'all okay with paying the cost because it's not your ass. But don't make no mistake, your turn's coming. I mean, if it can happen to your brother or your sister or, you know, one of the younglings, the royals, right? It can happen to you. So if you just sitting here taking breath after breath, waiting to die, hoping that, you know, Pantaleo or you know, Holtzclaw or whoever the next pig is around the corner isn't coming for you, if that works for you, you know, mashallah, I don't know what to say. That don't work for me. But if I don't see more action, more organization from my people, and fuck y'all. I love you, but fuck you. I ain't dying here in the wilds of North America for no reason. I'll find some place in Africa, the Middle East, some goddamn where to go live. So what y'all gonna do? What are we gonna do? Right? What are we gonna do? Let's keep it 100%. We've been doing this. That's good. Right? We good at this. We good at chopping it up. Right? We're outraged. We're upset. So now, how are we going to channel this pain, this anger, this outrage into some actual deliverance of justice that we know we're not going to get from these pale motherfuckers? When? How long? How many more bodies does it have to be? Somebody give me a number. I would just love that. Put it in the comment section below. Give me a hard number if you have one in mind of how many more black people you have to watch die extrajudicially at the hands of the police before you say it's enough and you actually start to organize and do something of substance. I'd love to see that. So, yeah, that's the only comment I got on these recent incidents. You know, surely we come from God, and to God we surely return. Condolences to the people who actually experienced the loss of these lives as a loss, because to be honest, a lot of these families don't appear to. May Allah watch over us all. But as for me, I'm not going to depend on God to watch over me. I'm going to watch over my own ass and start looking out for my mental health, looking out for my financial health, my emotional health, and so on and so forth. Because serving my people is the greatest pain and the greatest joy I've ever had the opportunity to experience. But these days it's more pain than joy. I don't get you. I don't understand you. You don't make sense to me. If I was to come up and slap you in the face, you'd want to kick my black ass, and you know it. Let's tell it 100% true. I come up to you, I smack you in the face, I take your goods, right? I call you a bitch, or do something ill to you. You first one jumping up like, man, I'll fuck your ass up, nigga. You be ready to throw them hands at the very least. And some of you would be ready to gun me down to end my life, depending on what you thought the slight was. Yet these pale-skinned bastards can do whatever they want to you. And they have been doing it for, almost 400 years now, since 1619. And y'all ain't got nothing to say or do but the same old shit we've been saying and doing that ain't done nothing to change nothing. My grandpa told me a long time ago, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Right? White folks already know how to deal with us. So, y'all can either change up the game and I'll be with you. Trust me, I'll be with you. Or we can just stop pretending we give a shit. We can stop pretending that this stuff really actually hurts us, that it's something of concern to us. When something is, if you have a thorn in your foot and you step on that motherfucker and you feel that pain, that concerns you, right? You're going to stop and try to get the thorn out of your foot. But it seems like a lot of you don't got sense that God gave a cat, because a cat will stop and pull a thorn out of his foot. These motherfuckers are a thorn in our side, in our psyches, in our hearts, in our mentalities. When we gonna stop and pull the thorn, people? I'm just asking some questions. So, I know this one seems a little downtrodden. I'm not down. I really want y'all to understand that I'm not depressed. I'm not blue. But what I am at this point is realistic. And realistically speaking, the vast majority of you will watch this video, if you even made it through however long this video is. I don't know. It's probably like 10, 15 minutes. The vast majority of you won't even made it through this video. But the ones that did will get up tomorrow and do the same shit they did today. And that won't change nothing. You know it and I know it. So why all the faux outrage? Why all the faux, anger? It's ridiculous. Nobody gives a fuck about your anger, black people. Nobody cares about your anger. They're not even afraid of you. No one's afraid of us. You know that old saying, you gotta make them fear you before they feel you? We ain't made these motherfuckers fear us. They gun us down for fun and then claim they were afraid so they can have legal cover, but they ain't scared of us. When we gonna make them scared of us, people? It's your man Mark Black. Until next time, you should be asking yourself these same damn questions I'm asking you right now. You know what I'm saying? Love, peace, prosperity, and power. Real power to my people.